Displeasure.
You have incurred his extreme displeasure.
Ramble.
They let us ramble in the wood like gypsies from morning till night.
Journal.
They published their findings in the journal Nature.
Flexible.
My husband's a doctor. His schedule's not flexible.
Elementary.
Companies don't usually make such elementary errors.
Commuter.
Every day, 5 million commuters ride the Hong Kong Metro.
Archetype.
I'm sorry, I'm not a classic maternal archetype.
Imperialism.
But imperialism's time had passed.
Aspirant.
At least 35 countries have arrested foreign terrorist fighters or aspirants.
Meditation.
Meditation isn't just sitting and being boring.
Treaty.
Germany's about to sign a peace treaty.
Fortunate.
You're fortunate to survive.
Academic.
Let's look at the best academic performer, the province of Shanghai, China.
Graffiti.
Its walls are covered in graffiti, some of it medieval.
Placate.
I don't want you to marry me because you're placating me.
Tempo.
You know, it sounds like a beautiful singing line at a slow tempo.
Dais.
Put Peter on the dais with white suburbanites and stop doing photo ops south of 47th.
Tidiness.
Short drive through this idyllic farm country makes it clear tidiness is a Scots-Irish forte.
Recall.
I'm sorry, I don't recall your name.
Antimatter.
Antimatter is also an ideal, super efficient fuel. Concentric.
Now, Rachel, you want to put the marshmallows in concentric circles.
Defile.
I didn't defile your sister. We had a relationship.
Arbitrary.
Those rankings are completely arbitrary.
Commercialize.
The tech hasn't been commercialized yet.
Impotent.
I feel helpless. Impotent.
Protein.
He gets all the protein he needs from cheese and beans and tofu.
Inexplicable.
Then, for some inexplicable reason, they left.
Angelic. Your sweetness and disinterestedness are really angelic.
Presently.
I'm not working presently.
Secretive.
Number 6, he's super secretive about his phone.
Scaffold.
So, as usual, they filled up their buckets and climbed onto the scaffold.
Intention.
I'm sorry, darling. I had no intention of upsetting you.
Accordance.
Eliane must be tried and punished in accordance with our laws.
Pander.
Well, we all pander to Sprat in this house, Dinker.
Coarse.
Oh, I wish I didn't have such thick boots and such coarse hands.
Heed.
Perhaps you should heed your representation's advice.
Rectify.
It was a mistake, and it's not too late to rectify it.
Enzyme.
That's the enzyme that breaks down milk sugars for easy digestion.
Edification.
Let us therefore make every effort to do what leads to peace and to mutual edification.
Hostile.
Help never arrived, and the natives were hostile.
Avenge.
I know of his wife, and his thirst to avenge her death.
Loom.
Hagrid's hut loomed out of the darkness.
Flaunt.
Delilah is going to be flaunting her new husband in front of me without you there.
Ejaculation.
This ejaculation will continue for a minute or two.
Indecent.
Sometimes my admirers pay me the most indecent compliments.
Diplomatic.
Iran and the United States have no diplomatic ties.
Sleeper.
They were good sleepers, and heard nothing in the night.
Vascular.
Then we should schedule him for vascular surgery.
Swear.
All the time, I was shouting and swearing at them.
Inspirational.
I am known for my inspirational speeches.
Procession.
Thousands of people wept during her funeral procession.
Unwrap.
Harry sank down onto his bed and unwrapped the package.
Bait.
Across the world, people wait with bated breath.
Scandal.
NYPD got hit by a corruption scandal.
Coat.
Is my name, capitals, yellow sucrose.
Hedonist.
Hedonists believe that everything in life boils down to two things, pain and pleasure.
Embryonic.
The image reveals that forming inside some of the eggs are embryonic stars.
Inapplicable.
Many diets recommended by Western nutritionists were completely inapplicable to the poor.
Enumeration.
He was unsparing in his enumeration of what he perceived as their faults.
Disposable.
Why don't you just use disposable diapers?
Spear.
They put a spear into Jasper Jordan's chest.
Underlie.
We could test for 10 of these oncogenes that we know underlie lung cancer.
Emissary.
As an emissary of the United States of America, thanks big time.
Tonal.
You see immediately that it isn't just blue, it's a graded, tonal blue, light and dark.
Fragile.
We tend to think of glass as fragile.
Impurity.
These impurities consist of rocky material coming from outer space.
Raucous.
Raucous all-night picnics.
Flank.
But he now has a line of wounds across his flank.
Anomaly.
Now, what is an anomaly? It's something out of the ordinary.
Axe.
Next, I broke down the door with an axe.
Demise.
It's possible she blamed James for the demise of your relationship.
Unavailable.
20 years after publication, 80% of that data was unavailable.
Absolve.
It would exempt you from the rules, give you freedom, absolve you of responsibility.
Tricky.
First, he had to solve a tricky problem.
Accomplishment.
What's one accomplishment you're most proud of?
Drub.
Diminution.
Any diminution in magnetism is likely to be bad news.
Bemoan.
Employers frequently bemoan the lack of work experience young people have.
Inflammatory.
Sorry, sir, but the question was inflammatory.
Ingenuity.
The Queen gives Elliot an award for his courage and ingenuity.
Reef.
Coral reefs are oases in a watery desert.
Bloom.
The trees again have leaves, and the flowers are blooming.
Divine.
Many terrorists feel they're acting upon divine instruction.
Capability.
At Rexford, we have a strong research capability.
Primp.
For days, they primped in front of their mirrors and talked of nothing but the ball.
Territorial.
You have entered United States territorial waters.
Exhibitionist.
Dali's exhibitionist clowning helped destroy the archetype of the solemn, suffering artist.
Temporary.
You told me your part-time job was temporary.
Proof.
There's no proof that she stole that money.
Revise. So I think I'm going to have to revise my goals a little bit.
Melancholy.
I gotta say, though, today, amid all the celebration, there was a bit of melancholy.
Severe.
Sadly, his wounds are too severe.
Narcissistic.
Sociopaths are usually narcissistic, so they believe they are never at fault no matter what.
Racist.
If you don't vote for Tina, you're a racist.
Baroque.
Stern explains the features of Baroque music.
Retrench.
Others in the industry, such as Cisco, are also retrenching.
Metropolitan.
Florida is very attractive. It has big metropolitan areas.
Subject.
Andrew, don't change the subject.
Cozy.
Penelope looks warm and cozy in her new scarf and gloves.
Renaissance.
This is Florence during the Renaissance.